Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope all is well with you and yours. What's good, what's good, what's good? So, we seem to have Dead Poet Society going on tonight. That's an awesome piece. Where is it from? I'm not familiar with it. Hello. What's up, Lex Luthor? Seriously, where is that from? I need to know. Let's see. All right. Tonight's question. Wow, this is weird. Oh, I know what happened. I did not set up Instagram. Folks, give me a moment while I try to fix this problem. You know, lickety split. Hopefully. So, tonight's question, because I'll be repeating it like 50 million times tonight. Oh, come on. Tonight's question is, does the Federal Reserve have a point? Yes, no, what did they say, and other. I kind of put the one that said, what did they say, as a joke. Right? I put it on there as a joke because it's kind of like, well, I mean, we know what happened tonight or today. We know what happened. But they were basically saying, all right, guys, I'm going to have to pause in order to get, do I? No, I don't have to pause. I can do this. Manage settings. All right, just bear with me. I just want to get this other channel up and running because I thought I was the man and already had it taken care of, and clearly I did not. So, let me close that. There you go. Not bad. All right. That wasn't so bad. Wasn't horrible. Does the Federal Reserve have a point? Yes, no. What did they say? Other. Lex Luthor, you said credit ChatGPT the irony of holding Cardano in the style of Nietzsche. Nice! Because I was wondering how come I recognize the flow. Oh, I hate you right now. Oh, that was awesome. Dude. Because I'm sitting here, because I write poetry and I write lyrics and stuff. And so I'm reading it and I'm sitting here and I'm like, there was the rhythm to it, you know? So, I'm feeling you. Hello, Paula. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, Coach Kevin. I know there are a whole bunch of other people out there. If you don't say hello in the chat, I can't say hello back. I mean, I say hello to everybody, but you know what I mean. So a lot of news. We'll get to that poll in a little bit. So China unveils a blockchain-driven data revolution by 2029. China's grasping at straws, in my humble opinion. China's grasping at straws. I think the world is basically saying we're tired of the old crap and we kind of need new crap. And it would be better if it wasn't crap. But it seems like, what was that line that Michael J. Fox had in the movie? I can't remember the movie. But it was like, they will crawl through the desert to drink sand if they thought it was something like that. But it was like a really, really, really good line. Annette Bening was in it. Michael Douglas was in it. It was just a really good line. So now I got to put that on my watch list so I can hear it again. But yeah, people are accepting of stupidity in the absence of anything smart. You know what I mean? Just people are willing to accept dumb actions just because for them it is new. They're not looking at history. They're not looking at anything like that. Marusik, what's good? They're just looking at something different from what they personally know. That's kind of one of the reasons why I think crypto is just going to explode. Because one thing that most people can agree upon is they're tired of governments making the wrong decisions when it comes to money. Their money. They're so thirsty for it, they'll crawl through the desert toward a mirage. And when they discover the mirage does not have water, or when they discover there's no water, they'll drink the sand. That is the line. Thank you, Joaquin. You get a little bit of a credit for that one. So the next time you get sent to the corner, you can use that as your get out of jail free card. Yes, The American is one of my favorite movies. It's a really cool story, but that one line does it for me. There's another line from another movie. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Powerful. Powerful line. So when you look at me, know that I'm looking at projects like that, through that kind of a lens when I do my research. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. That is like the most disrespectful line to say to anyone. And it becomes even more disrespectful when they don't even know what it means. I don't mean take it as an insult. I mean know what it means, where it comes from. Like a good horse. Like a good horse. You've been weighed. You've been measured. You've been found wanting. Because that's how they used to judge horses. Wow. He was describing a woman. The bad guy was describing a woman. And so when I hear that, I think about that like a lot. There's another one on my board that says expectation control. And most people don't understand what I mean by expectation control. Don't worry, I'm getting there. Relax. Expectation control is not just about controlling your expectations of others. It's about controlling the expectations that others have on you. And most people don't get that last part. They don't get that last part. So when I say do your own research, take a look at it as if you're controlling your expectations. Not everything is going to be a winner. Not everything is going to be a loser. Enter into it even keeled. Even keeled. And when I read about different projects, I read as if I need to know, can they do the same thing? Can they control my expectations? So the first things I pick up are, we're the fastest. Stop there. Right? Unless you can prove it, don't say it. Expectation control. And sometimes, even if you can prove it, you don't say it. You wait until you actually need to. So when I judge a project, when I judge news, these are the lenses that I'm using. And yeah, I switch lenses. But those are the lenses that I'm using. Some of them. Because I need to know, are you going to say something stupid in your white paper? Like, this contradicts that. So what'd you do? Copy it and change a couple of things and forget to change one thing? Do you really actually have a purpose? These are things I look at. Expectation control. I'll explain it more to you a little bit later. Let's get to more news. You'll see how it all ties in. I promise you will see how it all ties in. Pith Network and Revolut bridge CeFi and DeFi with real-time data for 500 plus markets. I told you guys that Pith has a long way to go before it could ever even think to catch up to Chainlink. They're way behind because they started way later. But this is proof that they're doing what they need to do to step it up. Excuse me. So you can't get mad at that, right? So when I sit there and I look at it, I'm like, that's the stuff that I want to see. I know I'm in second place. I know I'm in a distant second place. That's not going to stop me from moving on. And hopefully moving onward and upward. Had a principal when I was a kid, and his line wasn't that it was that it wasn't enough for us to move forward. We had to move onward and upward. Had to. And he didn't create that line. That's been taught from generation to generation to generation to generation. It is not enough that you move on, that you move forward. You must move onward and upward. Anything else and you're moving backward. So that's what's up. So Lex, with regard to your statement, I saw one piece of news, one article, a single article about it. Guess how much weight I put into it? Somewhere between Jack and that stuff. Until I see corroborating evidence, it's just hearsay. And something like that would be real news. It's not to say that they're not, but that definitely doesn't give me proof that it is. Meaning true. So that's what's up. VJ in the his house. Where you been, girl? Where you been? Just put you on punishment just for being absent. Just saying. Yo, Ty Dollar. Another one of our big baggers is on. Bitfinex relocates derivatives arm to El Salvador because El Salvador is crazy crypto friendly. You can tell that there's more stuff coming. Bad storm giving spotty internet. Yep. But at least by logging on, we know you're safe. Thank you. That's what that really means. No reverse gear here. Yeah, Lex, it would have been big. But if I only see a story in one place, nope. And here's something else. I will make note of where I found it, who wrote it. Because I like it. You ever read an article and you go, oh, wow, that's interesting. Take the author's name and do a Google search. Bing search, DuckDuckGo, I don't care what kind of search, do a search. What other stuff have they written about? And is it off the wall? Did they get their hands on news long before other people? Possibly. Highly possible. But you make note, you move on. Make note, move on. Hyperliquid faces criticism still over validator transparency and price volatility. Hello, Ann. So that's a problem. That's a serious problem. So I'm like, yeah, what are you doing, Hyperliquid? What are you doing? Because there's one thing that will crush a project. Lack of transparency will crush a project. Don't act like you can be Solana and you can be, you can be translucent, very barely translucent, and think you're going to get away with stuff. Solana's been at it for a long time, so they've kind of perfected it. But they'll fall, and we'll be left to pick up the pieces. Did you like the irony of holding Cardano? Maybe. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't read the rest of that. It sounds kind of kinky. What's up, Rick Ritchie? Two of our big baggers over there. Another big bagger over here. We got actually a couple of big baggers over here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. SEC Chair Gary Get to Going Gensler criticizes the crypto industry as rife with bad actors. Wouldn't you say he's a bad actor? I would say he's a bad actor because he was acting like he was secretary of the SEC when he was nothing more than a big baby that is now going to have to go home and take his toys with him. Fa la 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 la. I can't stand the guy. I can't stand the guy. I would actually have not a single problem with Gary Gensler, right? If he didn't do a 180. If he didn't do a 180, I would have no problem with him. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's the way he feels. It's his agency. That's the way he's going to run his agency. I don't have to agree with it, but I would have nothing personally to say about the guy. Be like, well, he's doing what he feels is right. But you can't say that about somebody who did a 180. And I don't mean like over time it was a 180. I mean, it was like he got dissed by the industry. And then he was like a big baby. You know what I mean? Like, for real, Ty Dollar, for real. There is some merit to his claim. Are you talking about Gary Get Going Gensler? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Ty Dollar, I agree with you. He's a freaking clown. He's a freaking clown. Because my issue is that he could have caught FTX before FTX became notorious. He could have. He didn't. It's rife with bad actors. Isn't it your freaking job to weed out the bad actors? But that's not what you did. What you chose to do was go after everybody in the industry. It's not called Choke Point 1.0. It's called Choke Point 2.0. So, because before him, there was Jay Clayton, who's still yapping his mouth about things. You don't see him on CNBC anymore, do you? Haven't seen him in a minute. Just saying. Just saying. Then there was a Dutch soccer player who scammed over 300 victims in a crypto fraud scheme. Netted about 1.5 to 4.5 million euros. I'm just saying, people get sloppy. So yeah. Go to the top of the comment and read Lex Luthor's post. Oh, if you can scroll, if you can still scroll. Well, yeah, you'd be able to find it. Ooh. Yeah, no, there comes a point where you can't scroll up that far. So if you're going to read it, go read it now. Go read it now. For sure. For sure. For sure. Then pardon him after the fact. There is a lot of bad actors in the space. There are a lot of but there are a lot of bad actors in a lot of spaces. It's his freaking job to weed out the bad actors. How do you weed out the bad actors? You put things in place that separate the good from the bad. But instead, he used all those tools to go after everybody. Everybody. So think about this. So he loses his job and Elizabeth Warren gets voted back in. What? I sometimes wonder if she thinks, or if she thinks anymore. Seriously. I used to think she was in the right headspace, and now I just think that she's just vindictive. I can crack jokes all day about Bernie Sanders, his mittens. I can crack jokes about him all day long. But I can say one thing about that guy. That man stays sharp. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says, but he stays sharp. Elizabeth Warren, on the other hand, oof. So I just, don't agree with her politics. I don't agree with her stance. Why'd you go after crypto so bad? Why are you so hot and heavy for it? Explain, Lucy. It's not a political comment. It is a comment about the economy and about stifling innovation. Why? Like, it didn't make sense to me because she was going after Wall Street all the time, and here's something that is going up against Wall Street, saying there's an alternative. And you can't use the excuse that there are bad actors in a single space. You mean all the bad actors are only using crypto? Really? Nah. Not at all. Not at all. And there's my problem. Republican, Democrat, socialist, I don't care what label you put on people, don't care. What are your stances on the specific topics? When it comes to my money. I just sit back and I wonder, how's that working out? So yesterday and this morning, I reported that there are certain countries that are moving forward, heavy and hard, Indonesia, with their CBDC programs. India. And then here we go with Thailand talking about, hey, we're going to start playing around with crypto payments. Yeah. You can see how extreme countries are going in the opposite direction. And I will stick to what I have said before. I strongly believe that any country that moves in the direction of a CBDC is destined to kill their fiat faster than anyone else, than any other country. Because they're literally going to choke it to death. Literally. It's the new American way. Everybody is guilty until they are proven innocent. Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but this industry is, was. My only fear when it comes to crypto specifically about the new regime is that they really don't know about crypto. Yeah, there's, the new CFTC chairman could come right out of a crypto company, for sure. But I start to wonder, and I start to think about, well, whose best interests do they have in mind? It's a big deal. Yeah, if you pronounce that word, incorrectly, you could really mess things up. But yeah, he's talking about Thailand. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just saying, there are a lot of people in the crypto industry that are trying to get really in with the new regime. Whose best interest do you have in mind? Because for me, I'm looking at things that want to be decentralized. One of the reasons why I love Cardano. I want things to be decentralized. There's a whole point to it. Anything that's centralized, I have a problem with. So just saying, stablecoins serve a purpose, but not when they're ultimately controlled by a state. Yeah. You cannot prove innocence. It is a paradox. Yeah, you're supposed to prove guilt in this country. You're supposed to prove guilt. See how backward we've become. Wow. Hex founder Richard Schuler was charged with tax evasion and misuse of $12 million, with $2.6 million worth of luxury watches seized. Those are allegations. Well, actually, no, those are charges. I can say that. Those are charges. So you start to wonder, what's good? Right? So, when I first started talking to you guys, speaking with you guys, it was do your own research and don't just do the research about what the project says they're going to do. Do research on the people involved in the project. And here's Buddy with $12 million of alleged tax evasion and misuse. As another person, a judge ordered an investor to unlock $124 million in Bitcoin in a landmark tax evasion case, setting a precedent for digital asset seizures and emphasizing the importance of blockchain transparency. That's interesting. I know what a wallet did. I don't know who owns that wallet. Right? So the wallet is transparent, but I don't know who owns that wallet. If I meet Joaquin in Manhattan and Joaquin hands me a hardware key and then tells me some words, who's tracking that? You might be able to track the wallets that are on it, but it's no longer in his possession. Just saying. And if you want to keep a wallet secret, there are ways that you can do that. I mean, hence the case against, the developers of Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash is not the only one that's out there doing that. Just saying. Just saying. With the new regime, I'm actually wondering if that case will go away. Wouldn't that be interesting? To me, that would be absolutely interesting. Right? Because you write some software that can do something and it can be used for good or bad. So you're going to prosecute the developer of the software. If the intent wasn't to do anything bad, it's just software. And it's not the act of the software. The software says, I look at packages like Tornado Cash, and what was that movie with was it it was Halle Berry, John Travolta. Was it Hugh Jackman that was in that movie? Yeah, it was Hugh Jackman. And he sent, the funds to a whole bunch of different accounts. There are different ways to do it, but that was one way. Swordfish, there you go. Everybody loves Swordfish. Beautiful view, wasn't it? So yeah, see my big baggers come to my rescue all the time. Oh man, I'm not even gonna read that yet. Fine, I'll read it. Using my get out of jail card, I support renaming Gulf. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. That is a political statement. Will not read that. No, sir. Nope. Everything I was talking about had specifically touched on the economy, fiat, crypto. Not going to read that. You should know better. Cut that out. You're right. That's going to cost you your get out of jail card. Whew. Whew. I thought you'd wait until tomorrow. Guess not. So, Federal Reserve minutes suggest potential impact on Bitcoin amid inflation concerns. Do you want to know why it spooked the market? Because it specifically not specifically, but it kind of referenced the incoming policies, and it kind of pointed out that some of those policies are not necessarily mature about the space and how things work, like money, our fiat, the economy. So I sat there and I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is going to be a grand day. Grand day. How could we expect anything else? Anything else, right? So, just because I happen to have it open, went down all the way down to 92 and change, and it's back up to 95,258. Where's Captain Banana? I hope she's feeling all right. Because remember last night she had that mad cough. So I hope she's feeling okay. Trading Maverick. Yeah, right? It's a shocker. It's a shocker. But again, you've been weighed. You've been measured. You've been found wanting. That's literally what I got out of those minutes. Oh, Hutanic. I can't even disagree with you. I'm here just staying quiet so I don't cough. So I shouldn't crack any jokes because that'll make you laugh and that'll make you cough. I understand. I'm still going to crack jokes. Just saying. We are about to get rich because Trump is going to spend trillions. By the way, Captain Banana, thank you very much for letting us know that you're okay. So 10 trillion to be exact. And I touched on that earlier today. We're going to add another 10 trillion to a $36 trillion debt that keeps growing. It's insurmountable. One of the comments that I made was that the debt is insurmountable, and it's amazing how wars wash away debt. Well, the debt of the winner. Except it's not working out for Russia. It's not working out for Russia. But usually it washes away the debt of the winner. Right? So you start to think about what the impacts are going to wind up being and where we're going to be. And the only thing that I can do is do more research, invest more, and keep putting, my assets in places where I can get to them. See what I mean? I have to be able to get to the assets. That's it. I hope there's not a war, but so I really do contemplate all of those different risk factors that are out there. The political landscape, the business landscape, the lack of education in across the world about certain things, tax implications from saying, oh, we're going to do a reserve, and you don't really understand what that impact is going to be. It really makes you stop and go, really? There are countries out there buying up gold left and right. Gold. Tangible, usable. Just saying, If you're looking at the news today, yesterday seemed to be big news about countries making moves. Today you're not seeing a lot of big news about countries making moves, but we had an impactful statement, two huge impacting statements, one from the Fed, the other from China. Gary Gensler's comments don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. Somehow I think Rostin Benham didn't have to step down. I just think that right now it's in his best interest to step down. Or somebody made it his best interest to step down. I hope, I hope it gets replaced by somebody who actually gives thought to the process and isn't just going to give a blank check to an industry. I don't think that's what crypto needs. Truth be told, I think that, we could use some guardrails, but truth be told, I think governments around the world need more guardrails than crypto does. Trading Maverick, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that at all. Jared Chamberlain was good, right? So when I'm looking at the impact, I wasn't necessarily just looking at the Fed minutes. I was looking at, well, what are the directions the Fed minutes are? What are the possible directions that they're putting us in? That's what got me. And then I said, well, that's going to set the market off. And what did it do? Drop the market for most of the day. And then the market's basically recovered. As more people get involved in the market, you have to remember the market's controlled by bots. Oh, remind me to bring up bots in a little while about GMB TV. So the market reacts based on, remember I told you they have this software and, everybody's got a rendition of the software, it measures risk and all that stuff, puts numbers to it. And then they get fed to the bots and the bots react in a certain way. And then the bots see this one doing it and the market does this. And then this bot sees the market doing that. It reacts and it becomes a chain reaction. Until somebody steps in and that's when the market starts to recover. Amazing. But you can see it coming. It doesn't change. It's rare that the Fed minutes come out and there's no drop. It's just a matter of how long does that drop take effect. Usually no more than a day or two. And if you're smart, you take advantage of that drop and then it comes back. And now you're up again. Depending on how you do it. I heard somebody made a trade today and they spent, I think it was like 200 grand on express fees and it didn't work out well. That article was so sensational I didn't even read it. I stopped at the headline. I was like, True or not true, I know that that's happened before. As a matter of fact, I forgot who it was, but last week somebody refunded I think $1 million or a couple of $1 million because of fees. I forgot who it was. I think we have an article up. But that's nuts. Hutanic, that would be true, but you'd have to kind of take a different tack at it, right? You kind of have to look at it and say, well, we should be, a free market. But it's not, for some people, it's not enough that it's a free market. It's got to be a free market to their advantage. And that's where the problem comes in. Because it has to be to their advantage. So D. Hughes was good. I did take advantage, amongst other things. I actually picked up some Cardano, hence the poem for Percy Maximus. I think he's going to come up with a different name every day. But they're creative. Got to give it to them. They're creative. Only thing free is usually your mother's love. Yep. But even then, you got to take the garbage out. Just saying. Even then, you got to take the garbage. You got to earn it. She'll give it to you, but you got to be able to keep it. You got to take out that garbage, wash them dishes, clean your room. Just saying. I think the two biggest things, or the three, I can't even put a number on it yet. So you got the Federal Reserve, China, pith making moves, Bitfinex moving their derivatives arm to El Salvador. I think that's big because I think they got something else going on up their sleeve. Let's see what else that I think was. So that's 4. Fidelity report predicts Bitcoin's transformative industry impact by 2025. By the end of, and I'm like, everybody's coming out with a report like that. So right now I'm thinking, yeah, that's a dime a dozen. Could you please be a little original? And they're not. South Korea to ease restrictions on institutional crypto trading. That was another one. The other one that had impact on me was federal judge orders the surrender of encryption keys in $124 million crypto seizure case. Excuse me. That was big. You guys are too much. You guys are too much. The in-house bickering is just hilarious. Absolutely. Cut it out. Don't make me have to send you people to the corner. It's too early. It's too early in the day. Or too late in the day. And I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because I looked at the market and I said, oh, this is predictable. It's predictable. I'm like, okay. So I have some people on one side saying, oh, the market's going to crash. Then I have people on the other side, oh my God, the market's going to take off. I think both are true. I just think that it's reversed. I think the market's going to take off. And at some point, it'll crash. Not necessarily crash, but seriously correct itself. The problem is, I don't know how it's going to correct itself. Everybody thinks of the market as being just crypto or just stocks, and they just move together sometimes. Sometimes they separate. I think there's going to come a point when crypto is going to be the safety net. It's not fully a net yet, but I think at some point it's going to be the safety net. What's going on, Bianca? So I keep looking at the news and I keep looking for certain things, and certain things pop out at me. And there's a difference between what I think is going to have ongoing impact and what I think is newsworthy. There are a lot more things. There are 13 things that I thought tonight were newsworthy, right? For you guys, I thought they were newsworthy. But not all of them, my bad, work Rihanna. Not all of them are things that I think are going to have ongoing impact, but a lot of them are. And those are the ones that I pay attention to all of them because hence they're news. But I make note of the ones where I go, yeah, I'm going to put that one to the side and remember that one. I'm going to record that one because that's going to have impact. The Fed minutes had a small impact today, but it told me we're probably not going to get, an interest rate reduction cut, the next meeting. I don't think that's going to happen. Nope. That one's not going to happen. I enjoy seeing the ignorant panic. It's just a Wednesday, folks. You're right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Tonight's question, does the Federal Reserve have a point? Yes, no, what did they say, other? Notice how I'm not addressing what did they say. 36% for yes, 21% for no, 36% for what did they say. It's a 10-second Google search. That's why I'm not going to say anything, and we've been talking about it. And 7% for other. I put yes, but I should have said, what did they say? And I will make you go do a 10-second Google search. Urgh. But actually, I gave you guys the headline. Federal Reserve minutes suggest potential impact on Bitcoin amid inflation concerns. And they do have a point. I don't understand how people don't think that, what they're saying doesn't have a point. I'm not saying that it is the only point. It's the correct point. They do have a point. And it's more than just a little bit of a chance that it's true. They're basically saying, hey, the incoming regime, they don't know how things work. You might want to pay attention. Fed Chair Powell does not make a lot of money. And he does this arduous job, to say the least. Day in and day out. This is a smart dude. He'd make a hell of a lot more money having a job someplace else. And then here you have these politicians running around. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm just kind of like, this guy might know a little something. These people might know a little something. Just a wee bit. A wee bit. So I sit there and I just kind of go, yeah, we need to take things with a grain of salt and realistically consider things. Realistically. Not just react to, oh, they applauded. Oh, I'm going to say it again. Saying things and doing things without true thought can get you in trouble. That's basically what they're saying. It's not necessarily impossible, but how you do things matters. So yeah, I'm in the yes category. I'm absolutely in the yes category. After the Woody, Hutanic, go to the corner. To stay there. Where's patient one? I need her right now. I need her right now. Oh my God. He brought back an oldie but a goodie. That's why he's in the corner. I can't get mad at him. He brought back an oldie but a goodie. Troublemaker. My God. So, my question to everybody is, who out there is not doing research? I'm not trying to be funny. I asked all of you to try to, not a New Year's resolution, call it a grow my bag resolution. If you want to grow your bag, I'm asking you to do one thing. I might even ask you to do all three. The GMB 3 is do your own research, know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. Not everybody out there is ready to invest. I understand that. So let's just start with number one. Do your own research. I'm asking you each to take 15 minutes, just 15 minutes. Start doing some research. 15 minutes per day to do some research. Pick the same time every day. Instead of scrolling through social media, do some research. Sitting on a can, do some research. Sitting on a train, do some research. Sitting on a bus, do some research. Sitting at your kids' recital, don't do research. Watch the recital. But seriously, I want you to do 15 minutes a day on research, including Sundays. It's a little bit of research. It'll help you in a lot of different ways. The first one is you'll be reading more. Okay? I don't mean research listening to shows. That's not what I'm talking about, even if it's my show. I mean read. Excuse me. Go do your own research on a given topic. Just go get general news for the day. Do your own research. 15 minutes a day. And then I want you to build up your research up to somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. But when you reach that level, if you can do 15 minutes a day, I want you to do a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night. Just a little bit. If you can get to 30, do it in 3 sets. Morning, afternoon, night. And then come back here, and tell us, what have you learned? Not the news articles, the topics, stuff like that. What have you learned? Just do that. Do that for 1 month. If you can do it for 1 month, you won't stop. You will not stop. Absolutely not. Neil Grant, what's good? You will continue to do that research. And that's what we need you to do. It's not difficult, and it's in your best interest. I don't make money from that. Hutanic doesn't make money from that. But you might make money from that. And that's what the community is all about, right? Helping each other grow our respective bags. Do that. Everyone is broke at a different level. Ooh, I like that one. That one sentence. Everyone is broke at a different level. Oh, that hat tip to you, sir. I like that one. That one's awesome. That one's awesome. Just put some money into investing because everyone can find it. Fund it. I would say fund it. It's just me. Does watching your morning show and evening live count as research? I'm going to knock you the hell out. Go get your behind in the corner. You know the answer to that. I literally just said no. You just, ooh. I hope when we get together in New York City, I hope that it's snowing just so I can knock you upside the head with a snowball. Holy moly. Yo, Hutanic, are you serious? Yo, both of you are in the corner, man. No pizza tonight. No pizza, though. No pizza. No wine, no nothing. You get bologna sandwiches like in jail. But seriously, all jokes aside, 15 minutes a day reading news about things that you're interested in with regard to investment, even if it's just learning about investment. Speaking of, the book that I told you I'm gonna publish, it just got it back from the editor today. I think they gave me I want to say they gave me eight things to change. Font changes and an extra period, and I forgot there was something else. But those were the major changes. That book, I'm hoping that book will go into design sometime within the next few days, and then we'll get it back. We'll read about it and all that good stuff. We'll read through it, look at the design and everything, book layout. And then after that, it goes to publishing. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to have it on sale in February. So we have to get it out like this month for it to be ready for February. Oh my God. Hutanic, are you serious? You miss your layups in basketball, don't you? You miss every single one of your layups, don't you? Because your jokes say that you miss your layups. Your jokes say you miss your layups. You're probably one of those guys that you can shoot the ball from like half court, but when it comes to a layup, you just miss the basket every time. Probably an air ball. You guys are horrible, though. You guys are horrible. So seriously, I would like to know in the comments who's going to commit to 15 minutes a day, just starting today, 15 minutes a day of doing your own research. Just hit me up in the comments and just let me know if you're going to do it. You don't have to make a comment on anything else. But if you agree to that, I want you to hit me in the comments and let me know. I would greatly appreciate that. I really want to know that. Yeah, and I'm gonna every now and then I'm just gonna repeat that. I want people to start doing their own research. I come up with a lot of news, but there might be things out there that you think are news that I didn't bring up. Right? Trading Maverick, thank you for that. I'm glad you're down for that. So I got one. I got VJ. So that's two. Paula's number 3. Come on, people. Come on. I need you to step it up. I need you to do your own research. I really need you to do your own research. It's a very big deal. We're talking about the basics for you to get involved in investing. Bianca's in on it. Awesome sauce. Thank you. There are a lot of people out there that are doing transactions, different trades and things like that, but they still don't know what the heck they're doing. I'm talking to you guys too. You got to do your own research. All my big dogs out there, all my little dogs out there, everybody's got to do their own research if they want to grow their bags. 8 pauses in. I love it. Paula, that's the whole idea. Right? Captain Banana, I know you can't, but I also know you do your own research, so you don't count. I know you do your own research. I know a lot of us do their own research, but they don't dedicate a minimum amount of time on a daily basis. That's the difference. I'm looking for people to dedicate a minimum amount of time on a daily basis. You'll be surprised at how much you'll take in. How much? It's ridiculous. Do you think Canada is going to cut off utility from Michigan and other states? That's scary. That's a political question. I have no thoughts on it. Sorry, I have no thoughts on it. Bots. There you go. Thank you, Joaquin. So, VJ, I don't mean to cut you off, but I really have no thoughts on it. I really have 0 thoughts on it. It would be vindictive and it wouldn't be to their best interest. So I don't know that that's going to happen. It could. I don't know that it will. We'll see what happens. Nothing to be sorry about. Nothing to be sorry about. But it is scary. Bots. I was looking at the GMB community coin today. And I was looking at the transactions. And even pump.fun will tell you this transaction looks like it was done by a bot. So, because it confirmed what I was thinking, we do get pummeled by bots. Like if you look to see if you can go there yourself and you can look at the transactions, and when you go look at the transactions all the way on the right hand side, on a lot of those transactions, you'll see a little triangle. And you'll see them for positive and negative, but you'll see them mostly for negative. Because I think what's going on is you've got the bots going like this. Buying and selling. To keep the pressure downward. That's what these bots are doing. Oh, yeah. If you use my bot, it'll go up. If you don't use my bot, well, it's like buying protection. So I started looking at that and I was like, wow, this is and look at it from my perspective. Yes, we have a community coin and we're trying to do stuff with it, but not yet. We're just going to let it, go its pace, right? Go at its own pace. Which means that we're not marketing it. We're not really out there pushing it or anything else. But they're attacking everybody. This is a nothing coin, and they're attacking a nothing coin. That's nuts. That is nuts. So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at these bots and I'm just going, yeah, bots are out there in a major fashion. Marry a bot to AI and it'll be much worse. You can use this technology for good or you can use it for evil. There are people out there that are just all about the evil. They're all about free markets so long as they have an advantage. Not so free. Not so free. When I see the little bulldog rides that skateboard around the park, it reminds me, little fella, I wanted it. Just do it. Yep. Just do it. I haven't checked to see if they place orders and then cancel. These are done trades. These are done trades. Like they're only telling you about what's done trades, because you can place an order. You're not you can move it by placing an order, and it doesn't move that much. You actually have to trade to actually have impact, and that's what they're doing. Go ahead, trade. Give me the volume. I'm fine. Think about it, because you had to buy some, right? Remember what I said? You have people out there that will buy some coin, split it up between bots, and have those bots go at it. And when you look at, if you go to pump.fun and go to growmybag.tv, you can actually look at the transactions and see how many transactions have that little cautionary triangle. Like, whoa. Mouse over the triangle. They'll tell you, yeah, we think this is a bot. We think this transaction was done by a bot. You think or you know? Because you can kind of tell when it's a bot, right? Because they've got 50 million transactions going on over here. And so what they're doing is they're buying Solana, and they can hit so many different coins because it's Solana on pump.fun. So they're just going across different ones. So if this transaction happens, and then a split second later, this transaction happens for that coin, and then that coin, and then this coin, and then this coin, and then back to this coin, and then that coin, and that. See how that works? Yes, pump.fun. If you go to any one of the videos, you'll see the link in the description. It's a launchpad for meme coins. For those that don't know what pump.fun is, it's a launchpad for meme coins. Yeah. Daily trading crypto is probably riskier than Forex, even though they're very similar in what you're doing. It amazes me when people think they can beat it, like scratch-offs at the gas station. Yep. I mean, Hutanik, that's exactly why I'm begging people 15 minutes a day. Just 15. Give me 15 minutes per day. 15 minutes. You know what's going to happen? You'll start doing it for 15 minutes a day, just like Paula said. It'll turn into more time because you just start getting into a rhythm, right? You just start getting into a rhythm. But beyond that, it's, Paula, they say that it takes 21 days to form a habit. You're Paula saying you have 31. But really, when you come and listen to me here, you'll be like, I read that article this morning. I came across that article throughout the day, and I was thinking about it, and I'm glad we're talking about it now. I have some questions. It gets you more comfortable in the space. It gets you more comfortable to be able to say, hey, this is a good community. I can ask questions. It's a safe space. It's a safe space because any one of us will come down hard on people that do dumb stuff. Right? I had somebody leave a message. I had to delete it real fast because I was afraid of, community backlash. Not for me. But the person said, you're too old to be on YouTube. You should go fishing. And I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm too old. Yeah, okay. You're destined to learn nothing. That's how I feel about it. So, everybody, we've got 5 people so far? 6 people? 5 or 6 people? It's not nice. VJ, it's not nice. But I didn't leave a comment. I just banished them. That's right. You're never too old for anything. You're too old when you're in your grave. And even then, you never know. You know what I mean? So I normally try not to say anything. I normally try to let things go. But that was disrespectful. And it was harassing. Now, I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. I'm not worried about that. But people get bold when they're not in person. They talk a lot of nonsense through the keyboard. Very few people will actually say something to your face. Coward. Straight up coward. So it is what it is. But I was afraid of backlash because I know that we have some unofficial mods, probably soon to be official mods, that would definitely have something to say. Absolutely have something to say. Because this is supposed to be a non-judgmental space. Like I said, I've been at this for 10 years. Way over 10 years now. I learn something every day. Usually from one of you guys. Yeah, internet gangsters, right? Just, come on, man. Seriously, that's how they act. And I'm just like, yeah, no, we don't do that. Boop. So much easy, so much fun. Just dink. So boop is for charging, and dink just to get rid of you because you mean nothing. Dink. In Florida, they call them no-see-ums. In New York, we call them gnats. You're just a gnat. Dink. It was ignorance and arrogant. Ageist. Yeah. But I've seen other dumbass comments, and I'm just like, yeah, there are people out there that make dumbass comments, but they're not attacking anybody. I view their view as being a dumbass view. We're allowed to disagree. I'm not judging you. I'm judging your view. I'm not judging you. I'm judging the subject matter. Because you might have something really good to say about something else. So I just let it ride. Comments like that, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. But like yelling at each other, just that kind of stuff, disrespectful stuff, yeah, I'm not going for that. Not going for that. I have a lot to learn, and I need to hang out with a bunch of people that are going to teach me stuff, and you guys teach me stuff. And I hope I'm able to share some stuff with you. So yeah, safe space, but I need you to do me a favor. I need you to give me 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day. Just go read news. And then come back here and be like, yo, you're talking about something and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Now because you're starting to form an opinion about something. Like D-pins? What's D-pins? Cloud computing? What's cloud computing? Yeah, see? You learned some new stuff. That comment did waste my time. Actually, it didn't waste my time. It did not waste my time. And the reason why is because I was able to take that comment, explain it to you guys, and tell you why I wanted to develop a safe space for people to learn. So worth it. I mean, I wouldn't buy him a drink and say thank you, but so worth it. Thank you, VJ. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Unfortunately, X is a great place to learn. I try to stay away from X. And I'm going to be trying to stay away from Facebook, except to keep in touch with friends. So we do have an X account, and I refuse to promote it. We pump stuff out, right? So if you go look at our profile, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff on a daily basis. We put stuff out there, right? Not a single follower. Why? Because they don't promote us at all. If you want to reach people, you've got to pay for it. And I'm not giving Elon Muskrat, any of my money. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. And I just don't like the environment too. You ever just read some of these comments? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not about that. I'm not about that life. What I want to do is I want to build a community and then let the projects know that they can come here and drop their press releases and come to a community that is not going to be judging people. Kush, what's good? You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. So there's that. Because I honestly think that, I think that's what's missing. You know what I mean? I think that if you have to come to a site and you have to pay $12 a year, real people will pay that $12 a year and not even think about it. People that want to be big baggers, they'll pay that $120 a year and not even think about it. But you know who won't? People that just want to spew nonsense, spew hate. We will get rid of at least 95% of those people. The scams that are out there, we'll be able to figure them out real fast. Because we'll be able to say, Oh, that's not that right there. Yeah, that's a bot. And it's going to be really hard to have a bot on our platform. It's going to be really hard. Really, really hard because we're not going to open up our API. We use our API internally. We know it's not going to be used outside. Nope. It's not a thing. It's not a thing because that's how you build bots. Now, you can use a bot to scrape a page and put in the form information and interact with it that way. Yeah, but there are ways to hamper that too. And then when we see your post, we're gonna be like, oh, okay, we can see your history. When somebody says, flag that guy, we're gonna be like, oh, okay. At the beginning, yeah, we're not gonna have that mechanism just yet. That mechanism is, well, you gotta pay. A credit card had to be used. PayPal had to be used. So we can't track you down via PayPal, but we can track you down via crypto. We can see what else that wallet was used for. Where were you? Where'd it go? What were you doing? You can trace that. We can see, we might not be able to find you, but we can find that wallet. And just be like, yeah, okay, yeah. We can X that wallet. Create a new address, doesn't matter. We can X you. That's it, you're done. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I'm serious when I say we want a community that is all about learning, teaching, helping. Learning, teaching, helping. It's not that difficult. Case in point, Hutanik and I will chat hard about certain things sometimes. Absolutely adore Hutanik. Because going at it, having a debate has nothing to do with me liking or disliking that person. Having that debate is about that topic. Usually the debates are really good. Sometimes they're even live. You guys can see some of our debates. It's like that. One of us is going to learn or both of us are going to learn. To me, a debate sucks if I walk away and I didn't learn something. Win or lose, if I walk away and I didn't learn something, that sucked. And it's not an echo chamber. That's one of the other things I love. We have such a diverse crowd in this community that it's just freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome how diverse this community is. And I just want to keep that going. So, you guys saw me typing. My guys are still working and letting me know what they're up to. Keep your fingers crossed, big baggers. I might be able to show you something this weekend. Not just talk about it, but show you something this weekend. So keep your fingers crossed, because we're staying up late to do this stuff. You know what I mean? We really are. I appreciate you, Hutanik. Seriously. I appreciate all of you. But it really is one of those things where there are a lot of social media platforms that are out there, but I haven't seen any that really do what we're all about. That's why we're doing it. I told you, I'm not living for my first name. I'm living for my last name. And I want to have an environment where my kids can sign up, sign in, and learn without listening to daddy chirping in their ear. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to me. So if I can share that with a bunch of new friends, like you guys don't even know how much I'm looking forward to meeting Joaquin in New York City next week. And not next week, but Joaquin, you'll let me know what days are going to be open. And if Ty Dolla can make it, that would be awesome. If any of you can make it, that would be awesome. Off the chain. Michael McCaskill might be coming to New York soon. I'm going to meet up with him. Because it's the best. There used to be somebody in the community, Anonymous Me. I was in D.C. I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to be in D.C. Let me know if you want to get together. We met. It was awesome. We all, I think Hutanik said it best. We're all broke at different levels. We're all smart at different levels. We're all dumb at different levels. See how that's why I love that statement. It is Golden. That is a golden statement. Thank you all for everything that you do. Listening to me yap every night, that takes a lot. It takes a lot. So I greatly appreciate that. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, smash the likes. Let people know that we exist and what we're all about. And if you can, become a big bagger, because that meeting is happening this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a private video conference between the big baggers. Some of us are new, some of us are old. And we are absolutely looking forward to it. Paula, I'm getting to it. My Lord, woman. Man. Sheesh. 17 votes. Does the Federal Reserve have a point? Yes, 35%. No, 24%. What did they say? 35%. Other, 6%. I'm pretty sure that some of those people wish they could change their votes right now. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Good night, VJ. Get up early. Have a great day, everybody. Have a good